everyone. Here at Run for Life, we wanted to show you the process that we use to make your t-shirts so that you can see how much work goes into these darn things. So I'm gonna flip this camera around and show you how we do this. Everything starts back here in our screen room. So this is the machine that we use to prepare your screens that get exposed and then washed out and ready to go. That's what you see these folks doing here. They are preparing screens. They then go on a light table where we dress them up and make them look nice and tidy. And as you can see, this is the finished product right over here. So this one is drying and getting ready to be put on the press. It then comes out here where it is set up on our beautiful M&R automatic machines. As you can see, we have our smoother station. We have our production manager that is loading these up for you to make sure they're perfect. They come through. They get their white print as a base put down. Flash dried. And then we come all the way around this large press. And at the very end here, we have our very shiny gold. So let's just kind of follow one and see how the process goes. He's loading it up, he's got his lasers locked, he's making sure that everything's gonna go in the perfect spot. By the way, we've got 2 generations of family here doing this for you. We've got Cherie, who you should recognize, and we've got Justin, who's her son and is running production here. They come through here, they get their white print done. Everything is getting flash dried so that it's nice and dry and doesn't stick or pick up. Now they're making it through the flash dryer just to make sure that that white is nice and dry. They're gonna go here, and this is called a smoother screen. We just smooth that print down so that you don't get any of the fibers from the shirt that poke up through it. And then once it swings around here, you'll be able to see the white portion of the print that gets laid down as a base so that your print is nice and bright. Now that the first shirt has made its full journey around this gigantic press, it's going to come over here to the very last screen, which is your gold. And at that point, the gold will be applied directly over the white so that you won't be able to see any white any longer on that shirt. Right now it's printing the gold, does it nice and slow so that we get good coverage. Bam, there you have it. Now what'll happen is it gets pulled off the board carefully so that it doesn't stretch your image or anything like that. Gets laid on this giant industrial belt dryer. Makes a slow journey through the dryer, and we'll check it once it comes out. Alright, here it comes. Going through this industrial belt dryer, what happens is it cures the ink, and that's what makes it permanent on your shirt. At this point, it would take a lot of work to get this print off of this shirt. So it comes out the dryer, it's laid down on a table, normally with 2 hands. Double check for accuracy, placement, making sure that there aren't anything called fuzzies or pinholes. Just making sure that this print looks just as good as it should. Once all of the shirts come through the dryer, then they are taken over to our folding and bagging station to be individually folded and bagged and neatly applied into the packages that you get in the mail. We will show that next once we're ready for that step. It's a pretty cool machine, so it's really interesting to watch. Alright, now that you guys have gotten a chance to check out how the printing process works, now that the backs are done and we're getting ready to run the fronts, I'm going to go ahead and show you the setup process. So here's that screen that I showed you earlier that was prepared. What is happening right now is Cherie is locking this into our machine. She has to put on what's called a flood bar and then a squeegee, and that's what moves the ink around on the screen for you and presses it through the fine mesh holes that go onto the shirt. little bit more difficult than it looks, but also simple at the same time, if that makes sense. What they have to do is they have to get this on here, they've got to lock it in, they've got to make sure it's not going to move anywhere, they have to center it, make sure that it's lined up properly with the other screens that they're using. Then they put their inks on, and once they have all of that ready to go, we grab, you know, kind of an extra t-shirt, or we call them test prints here. We have a box that we pull from, and we grab our test print. And then they run test prints on sample t-shirts until they have the print looking exactly as they want it to. As you can see, Justin is over here setting up the white screen. He's got his squeegee and his flood bar on there already, set up with white ink. They will then line these up together and make sure that they are in exactly the same spot, so that when they print on the t-shirt, they line up properly and all you see is gold instead of white. Fun stuff here. This is where the real magic happens. So I won't bore you with the whole process, but that's kind of how it goes. And then once they have the test print looking exactly as it should, then they start running production. Typically we do the backs first and then the fronts. Makes it a lot easier at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to the dryer, to see what sizes they are so that you're folding them up together properly. So they're gonna go ahead and run the fronts of these shirts, and then we'll work on the bagging, and I will show you that bagging machine once we're ready. Alrighty, now we are going to show you how these things are individually folded and bagged. Okay, so now we start the bagging and the folding and bagging process. How this works is the shirt is laid flat on this platform. The settings are entered again by our wonderful production manager, Justin. Once all the settings have been worked out properly, the machine will grab the shirt, pull it very quickly through this machine here, and it comes out nice and folded. A sticker is placed with it into a bag that goes into this. Heat seals the bag, where it comes out in a nice little folded package with your Run for Life stickers. And then we tear off this little excess, and there you go, a nice little folded package. Go ahead and check out one more just so you can see it goes a little quick. So shirt is laid flat. It's grabbed in the machine, run through here, automatically folded, comes out nice and folded, stuck with some stickers into the bag, and has to get dropped real quick, because as soon as that thing comes down and heat seals it, that's it right there. And so this is how you will receive your shirts.